Now when I got old enough to go out back like the big folks to that little brown shack, who was there to always lead me back but Granny? Yeah, that was Granny. She was never too old to have some fun, and she could beat you cold. And when God made her, I think he busted his mold on Granny. 'Cause she'd read every one of the Bible pages, and I can see now it took the wisdom of sages to feed us so well on a working man's wages like Granny. Granny, Granny, God bless Granny. You've all obviously got a grandmother that's been helping you to the outhouse at one time or another in your life. Now I guess I was about 2.5 and I was wide awake as a big-eyed calf, and I thought I'd sneak out and have a laugh on Granny. You see, I had me a plan. My nerve was aroused as I slipped out just as quiet as a mouse and opened the door to that little brown house. I was a brave one then. But as I looked in, how my heart beat, getting ready to climb onto the big folk seat, seemed to tower a good 2 feet above my little teensy one. But to be more proper, I'll call them chairs, and I got to the big one by climbing the stairs of piled up catalogs. Shaky affairs without Granny. But I guess that I just didn't fit too well on that great big catcher's mitt, and right below there was a pile of it. And I was sitting there smiling, so full of pride, when all of a sudden I started to slide. But lucky for me, you know, I caught on the side. I didn't dare look down. Yes, I was as nervous as a boy could be, hanging on to the edge of eternity, till finally, smiling down at me, was Granny. Now she clucked like an old mother hen as she tucked me up into her arms again and said, "Fred, you can't sit on the seats of men like Granny." Granny, Granny, God bless Granny. Now since that time I've dug some ditches, and in my own way I've come from rags to riches. But whenever I get to feeling too big for my britches, well, I think of them old days, it's a fact. I have the awfulest time holding back the tears when I think of that little brown shack and Granny. Granny, Granny, God bless Granny.